Wanting to be perfect is absolutely boring. Bumbleclot, bro. Perfection is something I've avoided my whole entire life because it hinders me as a human being. Remember, this is everybody's first time being a human being. Unless you're some spiritual deity, then you're excluded from this conversation, which none of us are. Being perfect hinders from us and takes time from us, especially when we can't afford it. Being perfect is something that makes us not realize ourselves because we're being extremely performative. In fact, I think majority of people who are young at the moment is being very performative in certain things because they don't want to be seen as new. Being new to something is something I personally enjoy because I like hearing other people's inspection. Oh my god, I like hearing other people's perspective on any topic, no matter how sensitive it is, because it's interesting to hear somebody who's real about their ideas. Not because I watch somebody on TikTok that I like talks good about how cows taste bad, mean mean means that I'm gonna stop eating my oxtail. I love my blood clot oxtail, by the way. Shout out to people who like oxtail. But in fact, I think it's something that I've avoided because perfection doesn't make you a better person. It makes you a coward. Perfection makes you hinder your whole ability to please people who may not even like you in the first place. Just imagine that. You want to be so great at something for the first time that the same people that you're doing it for don't even like you. They don't even like what you do. They don't even like the things that you say. But the fact that you want to prove a point to them is very self depriving. I don't think we're living in an age where people want to be perfect. I think we're living in an age where people believe that they have to be perfect. And in fact, whenever they try something new, they get disappointed. Nobody wants to fail because it makes them look bad. But the people who fail becomes extremely perfect at what they're doing. If I decided that I wanted to do scripts and I wanted to write movies, the best way to do so is to fail consistently. Because if I decided that the first work that I've done is so perfect and I give it to save humanity from an alien, I think we're all gonna die because I have no idea how to write a script. No matter how much years I receive in writing a script for the first time, it will never be perfect because I have to fail. I have to fail on a constant basis. When I started YouTube, I told myself that I would get a PC. That was 3 years ago. And this is today, 2025, about to be 2026. I decided to really take at least 2 days out my time of the week and make a video and just constantly post because why not? Who's gonna stop me? Nobody. Nobody's gonna stop me from doing what I want to do because why? There's no consequences to it. I'm making a YouTube. There's no blood clot arm in it. There's no narrative that will affect somebody in a bad way. It's just if you want to watch the video, you watch the video. I also believe that perfection is going to be one of the reasons why so much friendships, relationships fail, which is already a thing. It's not really a future thing, it's already a thing because if you go on TikTok, everybody wants to make the perfect videos. Right now, if you're watching this, you probably have a couple of videos post in your TikTok where you feel as if don't have the perfect vibe to it, so you won't post it. When in fact, I think that's absolutely stupid. You're hindering yourself because I've known I'm hindering myself. If I started posting 3 years ago, you never know. I could have a million, 10,000, 4,000, 3,000, 6,000. It's okay to fail at anything as long as you have desires to try again. As long as you have the desire to say, huh, I will come back and I will be perfect at what I do. Nothing is wrong with wanting to be perfect at something that you do, but you have to understand that you have to fail at it. And in order to fail at it, you have to go through with the process. It's okay to see people laugh at you because they're not trying at doing it. It's okay. Nothing is wrong with feeling a sense of disapproval, but in fact, you should only feel that towards yourself, especially if you're trying to progress yourself into a better enlightenment. We all want things to be perfect for ourselves, but if we don't try to fail, or if do it and realizing that we failed, you will never accomplish anything good, because your desire to be perfect is going to hinder your ability to understand what it means to be perfect. Being perfect is an art form by the universe. I've said this about rejection. I said this about a lot of things, because I think anything that hinders you to realize your flaws is a perfect art, is an art form to me, because you are going to learn to become much better. It's as if nobody wants to try to fail, because if you fail and somebody sees it and start laughing, in fact, you feel even more embarrassed to what you're doing. And the same people who are giving you weird glances, weird looks, weird demeanor, when you become something that they think was stupid in the first beginning, is one of the most glorious things ever. Just imagine this. You tell yourself you want to become a doctor. The people in your community looked at you and said, there hasn't been a doctor in the last 400 years. What makes you think you're special? Mind you, during that time in those village, nobody has dedicated to leave that village to become a doctor. They stay in that village their entire life. Entire life. And in fact, you had the wise decision for in the 400 years. Hey, maybe I should leave my village. Maybe everything that I learned in this village is the same context and there's nothing new. My people are so close minded in this village that if I leave and found other different ideas in becoming a doctor, maybe I will be the best doctor. You took it, you went outside your village. Everybody laughed at you at first, but then when you come back, they see you're much different. Diseases that never once could be fixed in your village is no longer curable, because you have found other places that are able to fix those problems. Everybody looks at you and call you a witch, instead of saying this person has learned the formula. This individuals have learned a new form of way in becoming better in being a doctor. People will sit down and judge you consistently. Everything has to be perfect. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Do not convince yourself that everything on the first go should be perfect. Failure is a source. Failure is a key. Failure is a part of everybody's life. No matter the money. The only thing that maybe differs from money is people with money have different opportunities in doing things on a multiple basis versus an individual who's less fortunate in life. A person who was born in a rich family could make a lot of mistakes. You were born in a poor family, you will have to make a couple mistakes. But in fact, everybody will go through the same process of being or doing something by mistake.